Good morning, everyone. Last lecture we have seen basics of cyber security, basic things. Today we are going to learn about criminals. Who are criminals? To whom we can say that these are the criminals. So here for that criminals there is one definition plus cyber plus criminal, that is called as a cyber criminal. Let's understand this term first. A person who attempt a person who attempt a crime means wrong done with someone, individual, group, organization, that is intentionally or non-intentionally. If you are doing with someone or someone that is illegal, that is called as a crime. That someone could be individual, group, or organization. And whatever you are doing, that could be intentionally as well as non-intentionally. So this consider under crime only, and that person is a criminal. Furthermore, cyber criminals are nothing but criminals who attempt a crime that involves a computer, network, or any digital appliance in the commission of a crime. So this is a cyber crime. So for this cyber crime, if that person has used computer, network, or any other digital appliance, that is called as a cyber crime. Example, a person who is held responsible to do the following criminal activities, and if a crime has been registered and proved for criminal judication, includes phishing. Phishing means using fake email messages to get personal information from internet user. You know Facebook. Using that we can get the personal information of user by using this phishing crime. Then misusing personal information. Once we have received that information, we are misusing that information. That is also crime. That is called as a identity theft. Hacking, shutting down or misusing websites or computer networks. One person is there who can hack your website, who can shut down your computer, or who can access computer networks and do some wrong things. Spreading hate and inciting terrorism through social network and distributing child pornography. So these are some example of cyber crime. So for this all these crimes, act is there, IT act is there. Using that act we can punish the particular person who is conducting that crime. So in view of protecting basic IT rights from the cyber crime, the provision of IT act are applicable within the territory of India, including Jammu and Kashmir, as well as the offense or contravention committed outside India by any person if the act or conduct constituting the offense or contravention involves a computer system, computer network located in India. This act came into existence in India by the name of IT Act 2000. So this is the IT Act which came in 2000, and it contains all these crimes. So whoever is committing this crime, they are held responsible under this act. They are punishable under this act and notify it for effectiveness on October 17, 2000. So on October 17, 2000, it notified to the person. It notified for the effectiveness of this crime. So remember IT Act. This is for punishing the person who is committing cyber crime. Then we will see classification of cyber crimes. Generally, cybercrime have the following four major causes. These are the causes to commissioning crime. However, these causes are considered as a factors for classification. For classifying this cybercrime, we are using these 4 points. First, subject of cybercrime. Then, objective of cybercrime. Then, victim of cybercrime, individual or organization. And nature of cybercrime committed. Severity. Subject, who is the person, who is the means individual, computer system will be there, that could be a subject. Using that cybercrime is committed. Objective, what is the objective of that cybercrime? Who is the victim of cybercrime? Particular individual or organization, and what is the severity of that cybercrime, nature of cybercrime committed. So on the basis of these 4 points, classification of cybercrime is done. Now we will see one cybercrime. So first cybercrime is email spoofing. Email spoofing, here you can see I am showing the diagrammatical representation also, how we can spoof. Spoof means fool the person. Using this email you will come to know, yes, this is came from company, yeah, I can trust you. That is the, but this is the fake email address. They are using company name, that's why you will come to know that yes, this is a company name and they are asking me my user id and password, and you will enter your user id and password and reveal your personal thing. That is called as a spoofing. So through email they will send you such a form. In this form you will reveal your sensitive information. And what they are using, they are using company name in email address. So you will feel that yes, this is from company, and you will reveal your personal detail. That is called as a email spoofing. Email spoofing technique is used to create a forged sender. Forged means fake sender. Fake sender email address. This is the example. To deceive the recipient about the origin of message. So using this, you will come to know that this is the company address, but actually it is not company address. Because of change in the header information of the email, the original source is not able to identify, and the recipient opens or possibly respond to a solicitation. This is a common place for phishing and spam email because there is an unavailability of the authentication built-in method. No authentication is there in core email system. There are various reasons for spoofing sender address such as hide true identity of sender. They are using this email address. So using this email address, you cannot claim that this person has sent me the mail. They will say that this is not our company email address, and company do not ask for personal detail. Why you are send your detail to them? It's your fault. So this spoofing sender address, why they are doing this? To hide the true identity of the sender. Then avoid spam block list. There is a spam block list. If you want to avoid that, for that reason we are creating this spoofing sender address. Then pretend to be someone the recipient knows using this ebay.com or sbi.com, idbi.com. You are aware about these websites, so you will think that yes, this is from the company only. So they are pretending that you know me and you have to respond to me only. And last is tarnish the image of the assumed sender. Here we are vanishing the image of the sender. Once you will reveal the information, your account will be hacked. So you will say that yes, eBay is not secure. That means you are tarnishing the image of that company. Means that person is tarnishing the main motive why they are spoofing. They want to tarnish or vanish the image of that particular company. So for that reason, they are spoofing the sender address. Understood this cybercrime? Email spoofing.
Yes, ma'am.
Create for sender email address. They will ask some sensitive information of that particular website. You will reveal that information, and using that information they can make other crimes also. They will purchase the things and send bill to you, and they will collect that particular product from some other address. They will change that address. You will pay the bill. Sometime it is possible your credit card is attached with that account. Automatically bill will be deducted. This could be possible. So this is the email spoofing. Then second is the spamming. You know this you will get in the inbox, your email box. spam folder. So spamming is nothing but sending unwanted and profit making bulk messages. Continuously they are sending messages to you. Bulk message, that is called as a spamming, to a large number of users of the internet. Spamming is nothing but sending unwanted and profit making bulk messages to a large number of users. Emails are categorized into spam if they are meeting the following categories. If particular email is meeting following criteria, then they will consider as a spam mail. First, first criteria is mass mailing. Emails are targeted to multiple recipients at the same time. Same email we are sending to the multiple recipient at the same time. Bulk emails are there. That is called as a mass mailing. So if this type of criteria is there, they will send that email into spam mail. Then anonymity. Identity of the sender is hidden. If such type of mail is there, then that mail is also gone into this spam mail folder. Unsolicited. Email is not requested or expected for the receiver. A receiver don't know that particular person. That particular email is also not requested. Promotional emails will be there. Sometimes you have revealed your details in mall also. In mall they will give you pamphlet and you will write your details there. You will write your email address also there. After that they are starting sending email to you. That was not expected for that particular receiver. So that mail also consider as a spam mail. So these are the criteria on the basis of mails are decided as a spam mail, and that will be sent into your spam mail folder. Understood this? This is also one type of cyber crime. Understood this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now next type is cyber defamation. Hmm? Here you can see the diagram. This for this girl, she got the message, "No one likes you." You will get any message like this on your screen whenever you are trying to access some important information. That time you will get message like this. So cyber defamation means publish an offensive statement about a person or an individual intentionally. Here this means you are publishing offensive statement about particular person or an individual intentionally. When that person is going to access something, you will show such a message to you, such a message to that person. That is offensive statement. That is also illegal. It could break the reputation of an individual through cyber space. So if other persons are there who knows this girl, her reputation will be lost. It could break the reputation of that particular girl through cyberspace. So digitally everyone know about this, no one like this girl. So that is a loss of reputation. So this also comes under crime. Two types of defamation are there, libel and slander. Libel means it is also called as a written defamation. Written, writing letters. Previously we were doing these things using writing letters. So written defamation will be there. An offensive statement was published in paper form. Whether it could be in newspaper also. Newspaper means it is going to spread who are reading that newspaper. We are defaming that particular person. We are breaking the reputation of particular person throughout the media through written paper. So that is called as a libel. And second one is slander, means this is a verbal defamation. Verbally we are saying something wrong words to particular person in front of other person. So that is called as a defamation. It is also called as a verbal defamation, an offensive statement made in a vocal form. So these are the two types of defamation: libel, written defamation, and slander, verbal defamation. Understood this? Cyber defamation. Defamation means vanishing the reputation of that particular individual or an organization through cyberspace. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then internet time theft. This is one more cybercrime. Internet time theft means somebody has taken this what we call internet pack. Somebody has taken this and you are using this cyber means this internet without his permission. That is called as a internet time theft. Internet time theft means the use of internet of another person at his cost by stealing the username and password of ISP without knowledge of that person. So this will be considered as a cyber crime. Clear? Others user ID password, you are using others user ID password of ISP and you using that internet without his knowledge. That is also called as a cyber crime and that will come under internet time theft. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is salami attack or salami technique. This is one more cyber crime, salami attack or salami technique. Here you can see the diagram. एक एक रुपये चुरा कर इकट्ठा किए करोड़ों रुपए. समझ में नहीं आता एक रुपया चुराया हुआ. एकदम से आपने 1 लाख अगर चुराए तो समझ में आएगा कि मेरा 1 लाख गया. अगर 1 रुपया गया ना 1 लाख में से समझ में नहीं आएगा. हम इतना सोचते भी नहीं, डिडक्ट हो गए हैं किसी बात के, डिडक्ट हो गए होंगे. 1 लाख अगर डिडक्ट हो गए तो आप इमीडिएटली रिपोर्ट करोगे बैंक को. लेकिन एक एक रुपए से समझ में नहीं आता, हर एक अकाउंट में से एक एक रुपए निकाला कितने हो जाएंगे उसके पास. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ सलामी अटैक एंड सलामी टेक्निक. Salami attack or salami technique is also known as a salami slicing. It is a chain of small attack which result in a bigger attack. Small attack chain is there, and when that small attack will combine together, that time it will result in a bigger attack. In other word, it is a practice to steal money a bit at a time with the intention that there is a no noticeable variation in overall size. So this is called as a salami attack. Small attack will be there. Chain of small attack. Using that, you will not understand. Yes, my system is hacked. Some attack is going on my system. You will not notice. But finally, when you will get the result, that will be your bigger attack. Bigger loss will be there. And another example I have given, when you are going to steal money, 1 rupees from any account, that person will not notice that. They will neglect the things. Clear? Salami attack and salami technique.
Yes, ma'am.
Next cybercrime is data diddling. Data diddling, here check the diagram. Altering of data before or during entering into the computer. So they are going to alter the data before entering data into the computer, or after some time also they can modify that data. That is called as a data diddling. It is a technique of unauthorized change or alters the data as enter into the computer system. Who can do that? By clerk of the data entry or computer virus. So these are the person, they can make changes into the data while entering data into the computer system. That is unauthorized change. They are not authorized person to do that change. That is called as an unauthorized change. And they are doing that change, that's why it is coming under cyber crime. Diddle means cheat, play false, or outfox. In other words, data diddling is false data entry by illegal data modification. So here they are entering wrong data into the system. What is actual data? That is different. They are showing something else to the user. Means for example, for company, they have received 1 lakh profit, but this person will show that only 90,000 profit. So he can take that 10,000. So that's why it is coming under crime. Any unprofessional also can perform such type of crime. That's why It is one of the simplest cybercrime, data diddling. Clear? Data diddling, modification, alteration of data.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is forgery. Here you can see documents are there and they have created false document. This is called as a forgery. Forgery means the creation of false document signature with false intention. They have created this document or signature with false intention. Example of forgery is using others name to deceive. That is called as a forgery. They are using their signature to deceive that particular person. A person modifies the name, total amount, or pays name to deceive. So this is also one forgery. They will modify the name, total amount, and pays name to deceive that person. It comes under forgery. They are creating false document or signature with false intention. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is webjacking. Check here diagram. Webjacking. If particular system is hacked, you are not allowed to access it. Webjacking is a hacker who blocks an organization website after gaining access. Suppose I am a hacker, I have received this authentication part of this Facebook. I will stop the access of this website to media. That is called as a webjacking. So here, webjacking is a hacker who blocks an organization website after gaining access to it to serve social, economic, and political interest. So these websites are for this purpose, but hacker is not going to allow the person to access this website. That is called as a webjacking. So using this, they are losing their reputation. If you are going to type facebook.com and you are not receiving the intended web page, what you will say, you will mouth publicity is bad. You will say to other person, if Facebook is not working, you will tell to one more person, Facebook is not working. Mouth publicity is going. This is called as a loss of reputation. That organization name is reputation is gone there. For example, one of the Indian hacker got access to the website of Pakistani Railways and flicked the Indian flag on the homepage of for some hours in 2014 at the time of Independence Day of India. So they are going to access a railway website of Pakistani. They want to reserve railway, and that time they are getting this message, Indian flag on the homepage. What will happen? Cyber attack on Pakistani railway website. Loss of reputation is there. They cannot protect their website. This hacker just want to prove that I can hack your system. You cannot protect your website. So this is called as a webjacking. Show unintended information to the user. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then newsgroup spam crimes emanation from Usenet group. This is like this Usenet news group. This will work like an email. How we are using Gmail. Same way, this is the group. They are using this application for sending messages to each other. So newsgroup spam is one of the cybercrime which targets Usenet news groups. So this is the cybercrime. This is the one of the cybercrime. These cybercrime targets to whom? Usenet news groups. For this application who are using this Usenet news group, for these person, this attack is targeting. It is similar to email spam. How we are sending spam emails. It will work like that only. Continuously they are sending messages to person, to recipient. Using Usenet, we can share information like mailing list. This is the mailing list. Like email, they can open this email and particular mail and see the message, or they can send message to other person also. It will work like your Gmail like Gmail only. Usenet is a sort of chat group where the group can share thoughts of the area of their interest. The post of article post is available to the entire readers who read the news group. So this is a spam type of attack. At a time they are sending multiple messages, multiple chat to the user. Unwanted things we are sending to the user recipient. So this is a news group spam. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is industrial spying or industrial espionage. Espionage, sorry. So spy means what? Who will keep who the person who keeps watch on other things, other person, what they are doing, what are the trade secrets of particular business. So that things are doing by spy. Industrial spying is a crime conducting illegally to steal business secret without knowing that person. If you are stealing their business secret, that comes under crime. An employee of the company may gain company employment for spying purpose. Means for spying purpose only they are going into that particular company. They are taking employment of that company or collecting business data unethically. So this is called as a industrial spying. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then hacking. Hacking is the practice used to gain unauthorized access to data of computers or system. Unauthorized access to data. Gaining unauthorized access to data is called as a hacking. And this is the practice. Continuously they are trying to gain unauthorized access to particular system to get that data, to get sensitive data. Hacker steal sensitive information such as financial information, credit card information, business information, and personal data such as username, password from the system by taking unauthorized control using various techniques and tools. They will use various techniques and tools to get unauthorized access to unauthorized control on that particular system. After gaining that, after gaining access to that system, they can steal financial information, credit card information, business information, or your personal data, user ID and password. So this is a hacking. Hacker steals sensitive information. Then these are the types of hackers mentioned below. Some types of hackers mentioned below. First is a script kiddies. There are new learner. Script kiddies means new learners are there. Script kiddies are one of the type of hacker who don't have much idea about hacking but want to learn more. They don't have any idea about hacking but they want to learn about this. These hackers always use different scripts or automated tools to hack the system. These scripts or tools are available on internet also. Using these scripts or tools, they are going to hack into the system. They don't know what are the final result of that, but they are continuously trying with this because they are learner. Next, white hackers are there. That is called as a white hat hackers. So white hat hackers are the professional. These are the professional who are specialized in penetration testing and hack the system to find the vulnerabilities, to ensure the security of information system and notify the organization so that preventive measures can be taken to secure the system. Means they are a good ethical hackers are these. Why they are hacking system? To check the vulnerability of your system. Means they are means company has hired these hackers to hack our system and check the vulnerabilities of our system. And this person white hat hackers will give the vulnerabilities accordingly. Their security team work on that and they will clear that vulnerabilities. So next means somebody else is not able to access that website using these vulnerabilities. So for that reason, these are the ethical hackers hired by the organization to find the vulnerabilities to ensure the security of information system. Clear these two script kiddies and white hat hackers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now more hackers are there, black hat hackers and gray hat hackers. What is black hat? Black hat hackers are professionals who maliciously break into the computer system or network system with the wrong intention. Remember this thing, that white hat hackers are uh, ethical hackers. Company has hired them to check the vulnerability, but these hackers, black hat hackers, has a wrong intention. They are using or they are hacking the system using wrong intention. They want to get your money. They want to destroy your system. Could be wrong intention. Sometimes black hat hackers are also called as a crackers. Next is gray hat hackers. Gray hat hackers are professional who sometimes violate the laws but without wrong intention. Like black hat hackers. Black hat hackers has a wrong intention. These are the hackers who violates the law but without wrong intention. These hackers work for the organization to find out the security loopholes of the organization, of the organizational information system, and for the benefits of organization ethically but for the money. They are doing all these things for the money. Ethically they are doing but for the money. So during that time, it is possible that they are violating law, but wrong intention is not there. Company has told them, do this thing for our sake. So these are the black hat hacker and gray hat hacker. Next hacker is state sponsored or nation sponsored hackers. State sponsored or nation sponsored hackers are the professional who work for the nation. These hackers has to gain unauthorized access to other nations website, so they are intentionally working for this purpose only. They want to hack other nations website. That's why it is called as a state sponsored. State sponsored means they will hack other state website, and nation sponsored means these hackers will hack other nations website. So these are the types of hackers: script kiddies, then black hat hacker, gray hat hacker, white hat hacker, and state sponsored or nation sponsored hackers. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next is online fraud. One more cybercrime, online fraud. It is a deceptive activity which include identity theft, identity spoofing, spam, online scam, etc. Online, you have lost your money. That is the online fraud. Using your credit card, somebody has committed that crime. Somebody has stolen your account money. That is called as a online fraud. This fraud is not in terms of money only. They will they will steal your sensitive information and use that information for somebody else, or sell that information to somebody else. That is online fraud. This is committed through internet. That's why it is called as a online fraud. Computer sabotage. Computer sabotage is defined as a purposefully or deliberately malicious attack. Purposeful or deliberate malicious attack which disrupt the normal processes and functionality or damage the information or equipment of an organization or business. So deliberately or purposely, the hacker or that person is doing malicious attack. What is the reason? They want to disrupt the services, normal processes of your organization. That will be stopped by using this attack. Plus functionality or damage the information or equipment of your organization. So that is a computer sabotage. Malicious attack will be there, and deliberately performing this attack to disrupt the normal processes and functionality or damage the information or equipments of an organization. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is email bombing or mail bomb. Email bombing or mail bomb is the misuse of internet to send a large number of mail to a single recipient. One single recipient will get large number of mail. Spamming means one mail is sending to multiple recipient. Here email bombing means one mail is multiple mail is sending to single person. Large number of mail is sending to single recipient. With the aim of sorry, I have lost the connection. Have you heard about this email bombing? Yes.
No, ma'am. अभी तक तो नहीं सुना.
Email bombing means sending large number of mail to single recipient. Email bombing means sending large number of mail to single recipient. In spamming, we are sending one mail to multiple recipient. Here we are sending large number of mail to the single recipient. And what is the aim? Overflow the inbox. Here they are misusing the internet to send large number of mail to single recipient with the aim of overflow the inbox. And it is also called as a letter bomb. It's email bombing or mail bombing or letter bomb. Same. Clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, everyone. Then computer network intrusion. Intrusion means illegal activity. You are not authorized person to do that activity. That is called as an intrusion. Computer network intrusion is any unlawful activity of the network to steal valuable resources of network, which always put at risk the security of network and its data. So unlawful activity, illegal activity of the network. This is computer network intrusion. Why they are doing this? To steal valuable resources of the network. Important resources of network can be still using this attack or using this crime, which always put at risk the security of network and its data. After this crime, your network security and data will be in risk. So this is computer network intrusion. Password sniffing. Password sniffing technique is used to steal sensitive information, that is your username and password. By monitoring and passively recording traffic of the network. Continuously hackers or the crime who is going to commit this crime, that person is going to monitor your traffic passively, means you don't know they are monitoring your traffic. So monitoring and passively recording traffic of the network using special software application. Business data is also vulnerable to password sniffing. That is also sensitive data. They are going to monitor that data, what the particular business is going to do, what are their business trade secrets. That also received using this monitoring. Database can be breached even it is having strong password, because continuous monitoring is going on and they will receive your user ID and password. So after this, they are able to steal your sensitive information. This is called as a password sniffing. Monitoring and passively recording traffic of network. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
It is used to steal sensitive information such as your username and password. Clear this?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Every Then credit card fraud. Credit card fraud are the scammer fraud committed through payment card, that is debit card or credit card, from your bank account without your knowledge. This fraud committed using credit card number, PIN, that is personally identifiable number, CVV, expiration date or credit card transaction, and can be misused for committing financial fraud. So using this detail, credit card fraud can be conducted. So this is credit card fraud crime. Theft is one of the massive recent cybercrime which can be committed when password is compromised. When your password is compromised, that time identity theft is done. Identity theft means somebody else is saying that I am that person. I know everything about that person means I am that person. Your password is compromised there. Somebody else knows your password, they can use your password, your username, and enter into your system. It is the crime which gain personal, financial information of someone and use their identity to commit fraud. I have every detail of that person. I can show that detail and commit the fraud. That is called as identity theft. And identity theft engrosses both theft and fraud. So the requirement with regard to forgery as provided under the Indian Penal Code 1860 IPC is frequently invoked along with the Information Technology Act 2000. So remember here, identity theft means you are compromising your password and using that somebody else is showing that you are that person. Clear? Identity theft. Yes. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.